argument.
Ooh, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, see ya. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday, we're seizing the day. Digital finance, harmony of love, serving food the what those two, rising after beat and it, Eastern on P2GTV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
Grand Rising, welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases. I am one of your people today, and I'm glad to be here. I'm Alvin Thomas, the Gold Banker, coming to you live one gram at a time, and I'm here with Miss Ruby.
Grand Rising, LRBT. How you doing?
We have a really good video today, and I want you guys to really take this on. You know, everyone thinks that getting to the top of the ladder it's a one and done or a one shot deal. It's one of the things we really got to look at is that it's a gradual progression, and you got to do things step by step. And sometimes you just really don't do it because you're stuck in your head about how you want things to go and the way you think it should go. So here's a story about this guy named Ray. I'm gonna say Ray because it works. And listen to his story. It's a take on The Richest Man in Babylon, and I thought it was a really good thing to bring the Mental Wellness Monday. And you guys take what you can glean and use it, and we'll have a conversation around it thereafter. Ms. Rue, we're ready to cue the video.
And every morning he woke up with the same thought: when will my life change? He worked long hours in a small grocery shop, earning just enough to pay bills and save a little every month. He was not lazy. He was not careless. He was simply stuck in the same routine, the same struggle, and the same slow progress. Sometimes, while arranging items on the shelves, he whispered to himself, "There must be a better way. My money grows too slowly. Maybe there is something I'm missing." He wanted to learn how people built wealth without working day and night. He wanted to master a new skill, start something meaningful, and make his money work for him. But motivation came like fire and left like smoke. One day he felt strong. The next day, he felt tired. He kept stopping and starting, never finishing anything. One Sunday morning, tired of thinking and overthinking, he decided to visit someone he had heard about many times, Mr. Dahman, a wealthy man in a village nearby. People said Mr. Dahman owned land, shops, small businesses, and never looked stressed. His money worked for him, even when he slept. When Ryan arrived, he found the old man sitting under a big tree, sipping tea, completely relaxed. The place felt calm, peaceful, almost magical. Ryan felt nervous, but walked closer. Hello, sir," he said politely. "Hello," the old man replied with a smile. "What brings you here, young man?" Ryan sat down and shared everything: the long job hours, the desire to grow, the slow savings, the frustration, the confusion, and the hope that maybe someone could guide him. When he finished, Mr. Dahman looked at him carefully and asked, "Tell me, Ryan, why do you keep stopping whenever things get difficult?" Ryan lowered his eyes. "Because I lose motivation. That," the mentor said, "is your biggest mistake. Money does not grow with motivation. Money grows with discipline. Motivation is a guest. Discipline is family. Guests leave. Family stays." Ryan felt those words hit him deeply. The mentor continued, "Before I teach you how to make money work for you, Let me tell you a short story. This is the story of the clockmaker. Ryan leaned forward, listening closely. Many years ago, the mentor began. There was a clockmaker who built a giant wooden clock, for the entire village. People saw him working every single day, but for months, the clock did not tick even once. Everyone made fun of him. They said he was wasting his time, but he kept working quietly, fixing one small gear each morning, oiling one small part each evening. The villagers thought nothing was happening, but inside the clock, everything was happening. One day, he placed the final gear, and suddenly a loud tick, then another, then another. The clock came to life and worked for years without stopping. The mentor smiled gently. Do you know why the clock worked? Not because of one big action, but because of hundreds of small actions. Wealth works the same way. Ryan nodded slowly. The story was simple, but the meaning was powerful. Now, the mentor said, I will teach you how to make your money work for you. But you must listen carefully. There are 7 steps, and you must follow them with patience. Ryan took a deep breath. I'm ready. Step 1. Save money. You cannot build anything without a foundation. Save a little from every salary. It doesn't matter if it's small. Drops become rivers. Step 2. Avoid showing off. Don't waste money on fancy phones, bikes, or things you don't need. Expensive toys kill future wealth. Step 3. Look for opportunities. Passive income is everywhere. Look around your area. Search online. Ask people. Ideas already exist. You only have to notice them. Step 4. Start small. Don't wait for a perfect plan. Start with your small savings. When you begin, you learn. When you wait, you lose time. Step 5. Reinvest your profits. Don't eat your seeds. Reinvest them. Let your small business or idea grow slowly. Step 6. Build multiple income streams. When one source becomes stable, start another. Never depend on one income. Even trees grow more branches. Step 7. Stay patient and keep learning. Money grows slowly at first, then fast later. Most people quit in the slow stage. You must not. Ryan listened carefully, his heart filling with new hope. Then something heavy hit him. Something he didn't expect. What if I fail? He asked quietly. The mentor looked straight into his eyes. You will fail, he said calmly. Everyone fails, but those who continue become masters, and those who quit become memories. The old man smiled kindly and said, Let me tell you my story, Ryan. When I started, I had almost nothing. I tried many businesses. Many times I failed. Sometimes people cheated me. Once, a partner ran away with all my money. I felt angry. I felt sad. But I never gave up. Ryan listened carefully. The old man continued, I failed again and again. I lost small savings. I made mistakes. Sometimes I thought of quitting, but I learned from each failure. I kept working little by little every day. I trusted the process. I trusted myself. Slowly, my small efforts started to grow. Now my money works for me. I earn even when I am resting. He looked at Ryan and said, Ryan, if you want to succeed, you must do the same. Trust yourself. Start small. Be consistent. Learn from mistakes. Failures are not the end. They are steps down the way to success. Ryan felt hope in his heart. He understood that failing was normal. He just needed to stay patient and consistent. He promised himself to keep trying, just like the old man had done. Ryan felt something awaken inside him. A fire stronger than motivation. A fire made of discipline. That very week, he started small. He used his savings to begin a tiny side business, selling homemade snacks in the evenings. The first few days brought no customers. He felt embarrassed. People laughed. Some said, he thinks he's a businessman now. Every night he wanted to quit, but he remembered the clockmaker. The clock did not tick the first day. It ticked after many unseen efforts. So Ryan kept going. One night, a woman bought 6 packets and told her neighbors. The next day, 3 new customers came. A week later, 7. Slowly, his small business started earning a little profit. Nothing big, but something real. Instead of spending it, Ryan reinvested it. He improved the packaging, added a new flavor, and bought a small stand. The business grew. People stopped laughing. Some even asked how he started. With more confidence, he added a second income stream, an online listing service for grocery delivery in his area. It started slow, but it started. Weeks turned into months. His money began working for him, quietly but steadily. Just like the giant clock, one afternoon, while counting his weekly earnings, Ryan felt tears in his eyes, not because of the money, but because he finally understood something. Success is not a spark. Success is a slow burn. He visited the mentor again and said, "Sir, my money is finally working for me, huh?" The old man smiled. "No, Ryan, it is you who is working correctly now. Money obeys those who are disciplined." Ryan walked home with a new kind of confidence, quiet, strong, unshakable. He had learned the truth. Motivation gives motion, discipline gives direction, and direction builds wealth.
All right, Grand Rising, y'all. Oh man, was that not a um, powerful piece of work right there? Grand Rising once again. Welcome, welcome. And I really want to break this down. Before I get carried away, we're back. Welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases. um, Over here we do. There's a class that we run called Digital Financial Literacy, and we run it every week faithfully for 12 weeks. Ruby's been facilitating it, and she's been talking to the people. And these are some of the, what's really cool about these are some of the major principles that we relate to. When I saw this last night, and I'm going to be very honest, I got this last night. It reminded me of what reading The Richest Man in Babylon and the 7 cures to a lean purse. Now he's talking about the same process, but if you take this process and you put it onto you, and you really take a look at what's available to you with your finances, how often do we get frustrated when we see our savings going in a bank and we don't get what we want? Does it come up? Yeah, it comes up. But I'm really excited about what's going on. I'm really excited because you have to learn what works for you. Mm-hmm. Now, Ru, let me ask you one. Did you watch the video? What did you glean? Did you see something that stuck out to you?
Not really.
Nothing stuck out to you that seemed.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing we've been showing, and for me, it's just I've been there, done that, and honestly speaking, it's an occurrence that we keep getting from people. Thing is that hopefully they learned the it's not what you have. Jesus, goodness, sorry about that. This is up, and I don't want it to be. Sorry. It's just people have to stop looking for the motivation. You want money, but money is not about motivation. And I like that he said that to him. And I love that. I really love the analogy of the family versus a guest. He said discipline is family. Motivation is a guest. A guest will leave. Family is there to stay through whatever's happening. And so for me, it just put it down straight. And this is a video you chose.
Yep.
Why?
I chose this video because it hit me closer than it hit. I guess it hit me because it's things I'm working on trying to get accomplished and being in the space on a regular basis. Because I don't. Not that I don't. I just don't. I move. I move. I've been moving in motivation. I've been moving myself in motivation, and it's coming up, and it's coming up in all areas of my life. And I want people to realize this is something. When it occurs in one area of life, it occurs in every area of life. It's not like it's one thing here, one thing there. It's one thing everywhere. It's that same thing.
When you know what motivation looks like like oodles and oodles of excuses. That's what motivation looks like. Whether you guys like that or not, I don't care. I'm going to tell you. It looks like reasons why, justifications, and no one standing there to hold you accountable. Looks like you breaking your word and being okay with it, and not accomplishing it. And then when someone holds you accountable to what you say, you got a good reason that has nothing to do with them and no variance on or importance to that. So I get this all the time. I'm a coach. You guys play your game at life like you did when you was in school. You was in school, you had a good reason. The dog ate your homework. Couldn't get I need to get some sleep. I'm tired. I work long hours. But you want the exceptional stuff that life has to offer, but you don't want to be the exceptional person about it. Y'all get that yet? That don't work. I tell this to my students. I tell this to my cohorts, my classmates. I even tell this to my husband. You want things that you say out your mouth that are temporary because they're grounded in your motivation. And your motivation is as emotional as you are. Because that's all your motivation is. It's you saying, hey, we got a good reason to get up this morning. It feels good. And then tomorrow you don't get up because it doesn't feel good. Because it's raining outside. Because. And so I'll just sit here for a little while longer. Meanwhile, the world is moving forward and success is passing you by. Is that what you were asking me about, Mr. Thomas? What I got?
Yeah. Everyone will get something different, and yes, that's what I was asking. That's the question that I was asking. So I really want to get into the idea of breaking this down into a couple pieces. I want to look at it in a couple pieces. And the first step, we all have great ideas, but we don't have great practices. We have, like we talked about, we're motivated. Like, you get this great idea, you hear it.
I actually think that's not correct. You have great practices. You practice the same thing. That's where this boy started his goal. This grown man started that realizing he's in that humdrum and it's not getting him anywhere.
Humdrum.
That's a habit too. What you do all the time is a habit. Just doing the same thing over and over. Going to work, get up, brush your teeth, do the same thing. And you put it back down. You put it back down. And every day looks like the next. The only way that he decided to break away from what he was doing and go get some new information. That's the key, I think, really, that people miss. He left the information-less age from where he was and went to seek someone who understood a different thing than him. Do you remember he was working in the city? Then he went back home and went to go visit the rich man that he knew.
He did. Yep, he did do that.
That was kind of the point. He had to actually seek something else. Because if you keep trying to get your answers right here in the place that's not giving you, what you gonna get? In the habits that keep going. In the habits that I'm gonna see if I can do this a little different. Yeah, you're gonna get the same thing. Because you never learned anything else to add on, and you never practice. That's the problem. You will learn, and never take a chance. Never take the chance to go to the next level and practice until you understand that success is an activity. It is not a bunch of knowledge. It's not information. It's the application of new information.
Yeah, and he made a lot of sense when he used the story of the. It made a lot of sense when he talked about the clock. You know, people watched you. He's the guy's building the clock, and everyone's watching him. The clock's not working, and you know, you feel like the odd one out when it's not working, and but you're doing it every day, and you get in your feelings about what people think about you and your finances, how people view you because you don't look like the richest person in the world. One of the things that I'm coming to realize is that wealthy people don't look wealthy.
Wealthy people don't care.
They don't.
Are irrelevant. I keep telling folks, wealthy people don't care. Wealth is not about the look. It never was, and it never has been. It's a plan. It's a plot. They are divisive. They're doing things for a purpose. Those are not bad words. Those are useful things to get you out of the rut, but you can keep playing the emotional bad person, good person game. I tell you, it's time to stop feeling everything and start dealing with the reality, because y'all are starved because of your feelings. Most of y'all are out here desperate because of how you feel. And this is why we created the program we did. I let everybody know, okay, when my students give me excuses as to what I've been doing, why I've been doing, I say, okay. I don't yell at them. I don't get on their back. I just suggest something that I said yesterday to one of my cohort. I told her, I need you to say something, repeat after me. I get everything I want. Everything you want shows up. Because the truth of the matter is, you will do whatever. I don't care if it's a vacation. I don't care if it's a new dress. I don't give a dag if it's a new car. You will go through great pains to make all of these things happen. But when it comes to not dealing with the stuff that really dealing with the issue of the long-term loss, you don't deal with yourself. You don't want to deal with yourself, because that's what it takes to get that. You got to look in the mirror, and you got to be somebody else. You got to be somebody other than what you see in that mirror. And you got to recognize who that really is. Because most y'all don't look in your mirror because you don't like what you see on a regular. Most of y'all are dealing with self-doubt because you let someone else decide what all of this is supposed to look like. Y'all think I let y'all decide what wrap I'm gonna wear today? Y'all get where I'm coming from? I do what makes me feel good in a day. I dress how I feel. I've always been told you always look something special. I'm special. Okay? I don't let the world dictate. And I had to stop doing that, because when I did, I almost had a heart attack. That kind of behavior got me a blood pressure pill. I ain't planning to stay on blood pressure pills the rest of my life. When my doctor said to me that wasn't a permanent medication, she said blood pressure, diabetes, this is a doctor, said they are not supposed to be permanent. They're supposed to help you through a hard time till your body recovers. But we are the ones causing the long-term pain. Anybody eat food that you eat? Nobody stress out and don't manage your schedule other than you.
Nope, no one does.
So who's causing the long-term conditions are you. And when you really, really want to feel healthy, you can say what you want. Saying it don't ain't it. It's getting up, making the right decisions, the ones that require health. Because healthy it has a certain activity. But you got to choose to do that activity. Wealthy has a certain activity. Ain't no emotions, no feelings. Has a certain habit.
Just discipline.
Successful has certain requirements you got to keep. You got to keep the actions going so that keeps going. That young man, he started out making cakes or building. That wasn't all he was building. So let me tell, because I have a baker and she loves to bake, but the problem is that she doesn't realize in order to have a bakery, you got to have the discipline and the new skill of marketing. You have to have the management, time management. You got to build customers. And when you build customers, you got to be able to scale. So you also have to be able to take the money and reinvest. It's called business management. You have that financial literacy. You have business owners that have no financial literacy wondering why they're not making profits. 5 years in, and you are doing you got so much debt piled up behind you, and you're just getting by. See, my problem is that you don't know the thing you got. You're too busy at night, too tired at night. It'll keep you on the wheel till you die. All because, oh, Mr. Thomas, I don't got time. I'll come to your class. Well, I'll see you when you get here. Because in the meantime, this business is scaling like it's supposed to. In the meantime, we're learning the new skills of wealth long term, because we're doing what it takes to make it happen. We know that one person can't manage a universe and expect the universe to glow bright and be productive. But y'all keep playing island people, where you want to be the island and everybody got to come around you to get to everything. Very soon, you're going to stop being able to feed your island, and everyone will die because of you. I don't be that person. See, we learn to feed a man a fish, you have to teach him to fish. Because I only got one fish. I can show you how to get yours. But that's all I can do. And if you don't reach in and go get that fish, you're going to be hungry, because I ain't giving you my fish. I know, I'm dead serious.
It's not a smirk of
fish. Y'all get that? Not even my children, especially my children, do not get my fish. Y'all get the analogy. Oh, lead a man a fish. It's not a saying. It's a plan for life. It's a plan for a successful life and community. It is the foundation for building a successful community. You know who knows this? The Jews. You know who else knows this? The Asians. Who else knows this? The Native Americans. They all know it. Who don't know this? The ignorant Americans. The ones that want to call themselves minority in large numbers. That doesn't make any sense. You don't know that we've got to start teaching. We've got to get in here and really learn. Stop scamming each other out of the nonsense. Stop getting in emotional states where I'm never talking to that person again. I got feelings. So what? I got contracts. It takes away from feelings. Mm-hmm. Contracts are real pieces of paper that says you have to perform. See? Duty to perform. And when you don't perform, there are consequences. We don't have no more problems. There's no feelings in those. And they go two ways, not one. Contracts are beneficial for two parties, not one.
Very much so. Very much so.
So we'll have a lot of partners out there who didn't understand contracts, and they got feelings. They got left with feelings. I went off with the business. And you don't like it? Learn the business. Y'all get that yet? It's not about emotions. You can't talk about somebody swindled you out of something you took no time to learn. And that's the problem. You sign on to agreements. We go into these agreements. We want to do this because you go, oh, I'll agree to get this much money per these hours of my day. See, I'm back here. People are like, where is she going? I'm going right back to your life. Mm-hmm. Your life is the agreement that you get up every morning and do the same damn thing. And when you decide to look for a new agreement, you have to do that without worrying about who's looking at you. Because ain't nobody putting food on your table but you.
You went to a job, got signed a contract, got a health benefits, got everything you wanted. All you have to do is show up. This isn't about showing up. This is about.
And the fact is you don't have to just show up. Woo! Some of them people with them houses don't even see their bed. They only see the bed. Some people got so much house to keep up. The only time they home is when they're off work, which is seldom because they got a big payment. Because you didn't know how to play the money game. You didn't understand that you don't get more house than it's worth. And on top of that, why am I putting that's a liability. Ain't it? You talking about Kiyosaki. Huh?
Most people don't know it's a liability because they don't realize they were in it for the dream of having a house. They dreamed of always people buy houses for the dream of having a house. The conversation of what it takes to have the house isn't part of the conversation.
Yes, it is.
No, the mortgage, the taxes, great.
Okay, wait, Al, listen to me. Every person that buys a house knows exactly what it takes to have a house. What they don't understand is what it takes to maintain it long term. We
Okay.
all go. We go to first time home buyers classes and training. You go, you have your family members that teach you, because you know what? We pass bad information down generationally. Y'all know that, right? We're
Always.
good at human beings. Well, the I should say the 99. You know what I'm saying? Not the 1%. If you don't start shifting the information to your house to what the 1% knows, you're gonna stay in the 99 wondering why you're suffering. It's not about the what do you call it, the movement and the what do you call it, the street movement, the marches and all of that. Marches never fix nothing. How many marches got you property with income flow? None. Oh,
None.
how many of them got you arrested? Probably all. Probably
At
waste
least one.
of time.
At least one.
But I tell you, life is not about a march. It's about knowing how to access the game from the rules and win it. Because people are winning on, it's like, I hate to say it, it's like having, I love it, baseball with
What's that?
Magic Johnson with the space ball with the
Space Jams.
Space Jam. Now, this is the funny thing. That's kind of what's going down. You got these big, beastly, big guys out here ready to play the game, while these little bitty people who are outsmarting you. Now, while you could dump all you want, you putting out way more energy than they are to make those bowls happen. They playing the game around you. It's just like bugs and the buddies hanging out. They don't got no extra power, but they got intelligence and they've already won the game. They got the rules of the game, how to win, written in the back of their mind. See, but the fact is you always want to have the great hope. You live in your life with the hope that something's going to happen. Life is not about hope. It's about actions and planning. It's about actions and taking actions on a plan that you created in advance so that you get the outcomes that you are looking for. Outcomes are not luck. Let me say that one more time. Outcomes are not luck. Will you fail? Yes. But if you fail, that means that you're closer to succeeding than anybody else with no failure.
Failure is not a bad thing. Failure is definitely not a bad thing.
It comes from the effort. It shows up. When you're failing, that means you're doing something. There are also ways that you can fail over and over without learning something. So failure is not always good for you if you are not failing forward. Make sure you understand what I just said. Failure only works if it's failing forward. Repeating the same mistakes over and over is a waste of time and development. And most of that leaves you without resources. People don't want to be around that. That won't last for long. They see that you are not learning. That is the whole purpose, not just of the effort, but of the growth in it. And so I just want to make sure you guys understand that video is very powerful. You know, we've actually shown a couple like it. And to have you really be in the space that your success comes with new information, you have to think outside of the boxes that you put yourself in. You have to actually rewrite the boxes. I know, it's like, Miss Ruby, what are you talking about? We have a 12-week program called Digital Financial Literacy. It does way more than teach you about financial literacy, about how to work tech, how to work this new tech with the fintech and everything. It does way more than that. I don't think some of my students know that they're actually developing new character, new habits. I know a lot of them are becoming confronted with themselves. Because one of the things that we have to do is, before we get started, we coach. You have to have a one-on-one coaching session. It's called creating your intention. I'm not going to sit you in a program that says, yo, we're going to make all this money. Yeah, come on. We're going to come follow me, do this, do that, do this. because you'll never keep it going without me. I'm going to show you the foundation. I'm going to show you from your level of understanding. Each person learns differently. And we created and built that into the platform. We have many different things that you can learn, programs that you can join in during this 12 weeks. Some of y'all are taking off in ways that are, I can see where your specialty is, but you cannot stick in your comfort zone and have it all. If you like spaghetti and meatballs and your favorite is the sauce and all you eat is the sauce, the plate has been left with the food on. You left the meat and the salad and the starch on the table, on the table. That's what most of y'all are doing at your jobs. A good portion of y'all doing that at school. I don't like this subject, but you don't get your degree until you pass that. That's how I got, and I hate to say it, but that's how I got through my first degree. I had to start realizing that I couldn't get the degree at the end until I actually learned this thing. I kept keeping me back. I had tried 3 times in college, and one subject kept holding me back. It was algebra. Anybody recognize that? Algebra is the hardest thing. A lot of people fail algebra.
Yeah, because there's a lot of formula based to it.
I'm going to, no, there's a lot of process that builds on each other. And you're right, it is formula based, but we don't know that. We don't know that those are formulas. But did you know that 3rd grade math, there are formulas? It's a formula for every math you've ever learned. But see, how about the math of your money? Is that a formula too?
Absolutely.
Back to what you're comfortable with. Remember? You've got to go outside of your comfort zone to get the things that are not common to your life. Let me say that one more time. You've got to leave your comfort zone to get to the things that are not common to your life that you are asking for. Is financial security common for you? Nah.
No.
Not when somebody else has to cut you the check in order for you to keep living. Is psychological comfort and actual peace of mind common to you? That's going to take something too. It's
if you want to grind of it.
Physical wealth, like that wellness. How common is wellness? Physical wellness. You wake up in the day comfortable. And I mean in a way that's not just comfortable. I mean optimistic, jumping up and down because you're like, oh my God, my body. I can tell you right now, it takes new things in order for you to see new things come out of you, to be a new way. You're not going to get that new stuff. You look at everybody else. You got to stop looking at what they got because what you're not seeing is what they do to get there. And you're going to have to do that. Are you ready for that?
It's funny. I was in a conversation yesterday on the phone, and someone asked me about. I used to wear a lot of watches. I was a big fan of my watches, and I still am a fan of my watches. But I was talking to someone who saw me, and he said, "Al, I didn't see you with your watch on. What happened?" And I had to stop, and it made me realize that the watch was only it was a tool for something I wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted. It was a placeholder. It made me realize that the watches were a placeholder.
Well, what did you want?
I wanted the wealth. I wanted I wanted the income. So the watch made me look wealthy, but I wasn't wealthy.
That's what I was wondering. And a lot of you all are wearing stuff. Y'all are getting their hair and nails done, and you're putting expensive watches, expensive looking watches, expensive looking jewelry on, and got a question. Any of that stuff make that reality happen for you?
No, it didn't.
So you have wealthy people that walk by you on the street with broken up jeans, torn jackets, common sneakers, and guess what? You'll never know. Some of them you will even look and see them as bums. People used to call them bums, homeless. People who are homeless. They're not homeless. They're on their plan.
And they
You have,
realize that.
and they don't care if you know it or not. Y'all get that? Ain't nobody gonna, there is nobody on this planet that's going to make your dreams come true. Not even me. I tell everybody when you come to this class, don't expect every one of my one-on-ones, don't expect me to do anything for you. If your whole job is to come in, do all the reading, do all the actions, take the actions to get to the end. You have to you got to test the theory in order to see if it works or not. I don't have a lecture class. Y'all know that? This would be considered a lecture class compared to my students because I let them know if you don't interact, we're going to shut it down tonight early. You don't want to see this money change. You don't want to see this consistency happen. You know, you don't want to see these opportunities you could take every day and be pulling finances from the system. No, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see this thing happening with your life and your technology and the things in your life starting to shift in the 12-week period about you, because it's not all monetary. Some of us have to grow up. Some of us got to take it to the next level in our lives because we are stuck and don't know it. And nobody's telling us because everybody's too busy trying to be polite. How many polite, you believe it or not, how many polite friends y'all got that'll let you just walk down the street with your skirt, with your what do they say, that with your slip and your slip tucked in the outside your pants?
Many.
How many people let you walk around with a mark like toothpaste sitting on your nose? And they ain't say nothing like, I don't want to be the one to say something. That is not the community you want to be a part of.
That's not a friend.
Part of the community that says, hey, yo, come here real quick. Wipe your face. The ones that'll actually say, okay, let me, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but can I help you adjust that so you can get on your way? That's what I do in class. I'm your coach. I'm not a teacher. I can't teach you anything. I can coach you in this game because we live all the time. The game is always live. This your life, not a classroom. Right, Mr. Thomas? It's life. It's not a classroom. You don't get do-overs in life, do you?
No, you don't get do-overs. You get do's. Do's and don'ts.
Yep. And most of the time, y'all don't. And you didn't. And you think a good excuse is a great placeholder for what you didn't do. Life shows up. That's how it works. Living things show up. When things are alive, you get to see them. When they are not, you do not. Look at how when we put a seed in the ground. If it ain't alive, you don't get to see a flower, right? Do you see the seed anymore?
Nope.
Because dead things go underground. We as people make it our business to do away with things that are dead. We toss them away or plant them or we put them into the ground. This is a habit as human beings around the planet. We either burn them or we place them in the ground away from our sight. Human beings can we get this plain factor? That's how dead works. And my question is how many of y'all been planted in your apartments, not going anywhere, doing anything, going straight to and from work, and you're not growing anything else outside? Same process. You're just not underground. You just hid it in a box.
Hidden between the four walls.
It's time. You know, we got a lot of people, and I tell y'all, gratitude, most of the people up in this country are really ungrateful. There's folks being chased out of our country on a regular basis. They're being sent home to countries where they have limited resources. Here they could work. There's no economy to work. There ain't nobody to pay you so that you can keep it going. You think the price is going up here? It's astronomical where they're living or where they're heading back to, which is why they came here, to have a chance and to send some funding back home so that their family could eat. It was their way of survival. So now they're back there. I speak on behalf of one thing, the world community. This, what we teach, is international. So if you got to go back home, don't fret. Get in touch with P2G so you can learn this, take it home, and thrive. I'm not joking. Because if the people had this education in those countries, they wouldn't be complaining about coming back to America. None of them would want to come.
Nope.
If they could get this grounded information about how technology works, because everybody got a phone. Oh, everybody got a phone. Y'all all got one of these attached to your back, to the back of your palm. So if the new economy lives in that device, we have worldwide internet. What's missing? Digital financial literacy. That's all that's ever been missing. And that's what we teach. We've been teaching this for the last 7 years. It's the only subject that we've been focused on since the world changed, and we learned that you are going to have to learn how to do something in a new way. Most of y'all went home and found out, oh my God, I got to be with my family. I got to manage how to get work done. And I got to work this new technology, because you used to walk in and have meetings and all you, then it was like, oh my God, what's this Zoom thing? Oh, I can't get on. And how are we managing? Who's doing that? You figured it out. And now it's time to figure out the next part. How to use your technology to start shifting how you do things financially. We don't have an enemy. I don't got an enemy. Alvin, you got an enemy?
No.
I don't have enemies. Y'all know that, right? I don't have one enemy. There are people who I've had all kinds of business misconstructions with and all kinds of things. And you know what I figured out? They're not my enemy. Those are not enemies. You know what those are? Experiences of people, relationships, and they're still happening. I had to determine that people aren't bad. They're not bad. They're being who they are. And I don't get the right to tell them that that's right or wrong, and neither do you. But life is about what's useful, and moving forward with what's not.
Leaving what's not useful. Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to leave it where it's at for a little while. Now, do we have to hate people? No. Same thing with your friends and relatives. Y'all gonna have to start realizing you're going to get away from these people that don't want the things you want. Their desires aren't wrapped around it. I got to tell you how many times I've had to talk to folks about not dragging relatives, kids, and aunties and uncles into something they were never going to do. The only person needs to succeed at your goals and to see that this is proof that this is true is you. That's the first thing on. The only one that has to be convinced is you.
That's funny because we all, it's funny. We had a conversation years ago. And we talked about where we want our kids to be and what we want them to do and what we want them to emulate that we were doing. And
I didn't. Not me.
Our kids they're literally opposite of what we thought. They found their own way. They found whatever works for them.
They found what everybody did find, including myself. I found my way. And so do you. And so everyone finds their way. I just let y'all know that everybody finds their way. What we teach people kind of opens that door, come to think of it. Really thinking to it. It opens the door to what your way is. Because you got to answer the most critical question. Is the first thing I ask what do you want? My coaching question, number one, is what do you want? Not how you doing. Not how you feeling, but what do you want? What did you come for? Why did you wake up this morning? I want to hear about your job. I want to hear about the stuff that you committed to on paper. What are you here for? Why do you have life today? What are you worth to yourself? And how does that affect the world? How can that change the world? See, because most of us in our head, I love the ones that want something for everybody else. No, I want the people to get this. I want them to have this. I don't care if the people have it. I just want to have it for myself. Prove that this can keep going and do what I set out. I set out to create this. This is my goal. Ain't got nothing to do with what you like or don't like. If the people come that get it, they get it. And the ones that don't, they don't. But I'm going to get what I came for. Does that make sense? Because I'm doing the work. People go, Miss Ruby, you're so nice. Thank you so much. And I'm like, I'm so glad that you got it. I didn't open the school for them to decide whether or not they got it or not. I'm glad they chose to get it.
And it's definitely a choice. Definitely a choice.
It's not one everybody. I'm just letting you know. It's I'm gonna tell y'all something. Wealth. When we say wealth, I think we blow out half the room. I'm talking about wealth. Oh, here we go. Multi-level marketing. Gonna do this. Gonna do that. I need you to stop assuming you know anything about me or even anything about wealth, because wealth comes in so many different ways, and you have to learn what it means for you. Abundance is available from your own hand, but you will think that something's got to come down and bring it to you. Stop. I'm here to tell you, cut it out. The abundance was built into your activities and behaviors. The lack of abundance also in that same control. You. So let's just sum this up because we in the last moments of the morning and I got things to do.
If your cup runneth over yet, I don't know. That's up to you.
I let folks know what we're here to do is like the song says, wake up and rise, open your eyes. Breakfast with the Thomases ain't nowhere to just be chilling. You need to come to the table, grab your cup of coffee or your tea or your cocoa if that's what you do. Sit up, open your ears, get that mind going, get the body percolating, and bring coming into the what we gonna do now, how we changing the world, because baby, we ain't got nothing but opportunity right now, and that's gonna get shrill because we have these things run in habits. They run they run in waves and consistent waves. And I can show you in every 10 years how it's run the same way and how the same game has been run, but you didn't know. The same game has been run because I've been here for five decades. Okay. Only I wasn't asleep during 5 decades. I also learned history. When you don't know your history, you don't know that you're repeating it. But the ones who know their history win the game. You ever notice some people, the villain always quoting the history, where it came from? And we know this because such and such did this. They use history to run the plays on the life of the ones who don't know history.
And history and math go hand in hand, whether you know it or not. History, math, science, they all run hand in hand. They work together.
And if you use what you did get before we stopped being forced to go to class. Because when you was forced to go to class, you didn't want to get that stuff. That was the foundation of truth in your life. No matter what it was set up for, if you use the tools that you have been given, you'll find that reading, writing, math, science, all of it work together to provide you something. And only in this I love it. In this technology age, does all of it come together to give you an opportunity. But only the ones who know how to use it can get somewhere. Everybody else who's stuck in it, everybody got stuck in an emotional distraction. I'm sorry. This is
before we get to the end of the line, we have a new class coming up the end of in April. I think it's April. Is it April 9th? April 9th?
April 9th.
We have a new class coming up, and we're
session 11. That's right.
Session 11, the DFL session 11 from P2G, and we have seats available. Let me tell you guys, you've put money into colleges and you didn't get anything. Come to this class, do the work, leave with something that you can use in your life on a daily basis to change the outcome of your life. I thank you. Thank you. I couldn't remember, but this is a really good example of what these are the stages that you're going to get. But I want you to get something. You're coming to a class where you're leaving with outcomes that you've created, not a piece of paper that says I got a degree and got to go in the world and start from zero. This is on the court, in action, play out, full out. Guys, if you share this, if you want somebody to get it, if you know this information and you want someone to get it, share it. P2G is a I don't know the word I want to use isn't grassroots, but
Wow, you're
it's
so
the
tongue-tied.
foundation.
Right on.
It is the foundation of digital financial literacy.
Okay.
Once you get this down to I can do this on a daily basis in a system with practice, everything else open. The other realms open up. You open up doors for you. You can
Yeah.
go anywhere from metaverse to NFTs to trading if you choose to, whatever you like. But you have a ground knowledge where you can actually say, I have a firm foundation to stand on. That's what P2G is designed to create, a firm foundation for you to work on.
Exactly.
We have seats available to you. Come click the link.
All right, guys. I'm gonna stop him from having such a hard time. I'm gonna save your life. Okay.
Wow.
Look,
It's just it's excitement. I'm sorry, it's excitement.
yeah. I don't sell. There's a reason I don't sell, because I do the work. People call me on the phone, and they're still calling me on the phone from years ago, because they know that the world has shifted and everything we started learning way back then has become so valid. So we created a program that is a solid foundation for learning everything you need to know, but taking its time with you, because the anomaly is not that list of phases that you go through. Those 12 weeks of phases that you go through, and you have to get through them to get to what you want. But the beautiful part is the first time you come to class, something shows up, and you leave every class with something either physical, digital, or monetary. My loves, this is a program and a program like you've never seen it. It offers things and programming that you ain't never seen happen in a way that is not common. A lot of people have tried this, and I've gotten a lot of this from different platforms because I partnered with different platforms. And I realized that they're missing was the fact that I have no ego, and they live all in ego. I have no limitation for sharing. I need partnership in order for what we have, the bigger plan to show. I'm not hustling money. I'm building an empire of empires, and we have the tools to get it done. You just need to learn how they work one thing at a time. It's not all about getting money, because y'all do that all the time. What you don't know and what you do is you're missing is what to do with it when you get it to make it effective and to make sure it never goes away. These are the skills that you're going to get, keep, and grow. Now we coming to the last of the minutes, but I need y'all. I need to make a request. I got to make a request. While you can come to the website and get this information, y'all take that QR code. Go ahead to go there and sign up. Also, the website itself is free, so go and join the membership. Come and join in, and we'll get you into our chat, our general chats. Our semester is not free. There is a tuition, but we do have free sessions that you can hop on and get some information and start putting things together for yourself. You don't have to do everything at one time. Now, I'm gonna bring this down because a sister is about to get interviewed, and I want to make sure that all my folks will show up. All right, back to it, boo boo. A sister took the time. I said I was gonna write a book. All right, I know everybody said we got a book in us, but I took the time and the bravery, because it had to join a group of amazing women. About myself and 21 women decided to go in and create our book called "Turning Her Pain into Power." Pain into her power. Turning pain into her power has been so powerful for me, because I don't just have my chapter here. I also have my life, this life story that just opened up the door. And I get to share my story and other people's story with other, not just women. By the way, this book is not just about women for women. This is about people. We're all making the same transitions through pain to become powerful with the things that we're struggling with. So I have an interview tonight at 8:00. You're going to go to the podcast babes. I always get all tongue tied. Podcast babes, go there now and check out their Instagram. Like and subscribe and sign up for the live podcast that happens every Monday. We have one every Monday. But today is mine. And she calls me the money maven. I'm not a money maven. I'm just a woman who got tired of the system not working, even though I was working it the way I was told to. And when I got that, we got this, because I refuse to let anybody else struggle while trying. Does that make sense? So I hope we see y'all at tonight. It's on Instagram. It is the Podcast Babes. It's official Podcast Babes. Check them out. Check out what's been going down, because we've had other interviews that have been gone through. Our sisters are on there every week. Podcast Babes literally is like P2G, but for podcasting women. And even if you don't have a podcast or you have a business, you should join the Podcast Babes, because we're going to promote you. We are going to have your back, and we're going to show you how to take it to the next level. We handle everything from the mind to the feet. So let's get it popping. I look forward to seeing y'all tonight. And I hope that I get some love in the house. Come on now. Come on in and let your girl know that you care and you love her and that you want to know where we're going with all of this. Okay?
I'm coming.
All right. And for my podcast sisters out there who are watching this, I thank you so much for even being there. Because, baby, y'all have helped this mission go so much further than if I tried to do it alone. And I'm so grateful that there's organizations like that. I need y'all to recognize you're going to need somebody to get somewhere. Got it?
Without a doubt.
Peace and love. We'll see you soon.
Ooh, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, see you. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases.